Kyoji puts on his uniform and heads to the living room. Where is he? Sorry, Yamiko. Who? You mean Yoshiki? He went out. Uncharacteristically, Yumiko replies from the kitchen, where she stands pouring coffee into Kyoji's mug. Glancing at the table, she even prepared toast. More than just toast, there's salad, ham and eggs there too. What's going on? What is he about to ask? Yumiko narrows her eyes mischievously. What's wrong? What? Do you miss him? Huh? Why would I? Kyoji jolts in his seat. I mean, you were pretty late talking last night, weren't you? He was teaching you to play guitar. I thought you'd be happy to finally have a big brother figure. What, him? Who'd want him for a brother? Kyoji, shut the fuck up! I think you two should get along. You're cut from the same cloth. Cut from the same cloth? Kyoji furrows his brows in an exaggerated manner, but Yumiko simply nods with a smile while sipping on her coffee. Now I kinda like Yoshiki a bit less. if he's like Kyoji, I don't know, bestie. Yep, you and Yoshiki are very alike. Yoshiki always was a hothead, just like you. You're joking. I'm nowhere near as nasty as he is. Kyoji, you literally keep on arguing with him and trying to fight him, and he's just standing there like, you're a dumbass. Oh, I would hate Yoshiki as a child then. Fuck me. That's just time doing its work. Back when he was younger, Yoshiki was every bit like you. You're joking. Kyoji once again repeats inside his head. I'm never gonna end up like him. If you ended up like him, that would be kinda better than what you probably will end up like. Falling silent, Kyoji focuses on polishing off his toast. So, is this just gonna be Yamiko's friend, or are they actually gonna be together? It feels like it's been a long time since he walked to school alone. Oh, so Akane isn't going to oh yeah, she's still in the hospital. Of course. In fact, it's barely been a week since he transferred, including the weekend. You've done all of that in a week? What the fuck is this pacing of the game? Like, this feels like a month has passed, not a week. There's been so many murders and... What? The week? Okay. There was also the time he argued with Akane and went to school alone afterwards. So really it hasn't been that long. But for some reason it feels weird not to have Akane walking alongside him. In a week, he made his childhood friend angry. Then they had a fight with a school bully several times. Then they started dating, went on a date, have been trapped inside a fucking cave. I don't get the pacing. Maybe that's because they always used to go to school together before he moved away. Shita hurries over when Kyoji enters the classroom. Oh, Kyoji, are you alright? Alive and kicking, as you can see. No, we didn't fall into a well, what the fuck? Kazuyagi's mom called my house like 100 times yesterday. I heard what happened. So you fell into a well? It seems Akane's mother was really quite worried. The three of them often hung out and played together when they were little, so she knows Shinta quite well. That's probably why she called. She was by nature unflappable. When Kyoji saw her in the hospital last night, she was practically laughing with relief. But until he and Akane were found, Akane's mother was likely beside herself with anxiety. With all the disappearances, everyone is already on edge as it is. Shinta shakes his head in exasperation.
お騒がせカップルだよな。転校早々、教授のおかげで退屈しないよ。
Seriously, you're one troublemaking couple, you know. You've sure been keeping things interesting since you transferred back. After that casual remark, Shinta suddenly furrows his brow.
でも昔から教授と和ヤギに付き合ってたらえらい目に遭ってた気がするな。
Yeah, poor Shinta. Oh, but I feel like I always get the short end of the stick whenever I hung out with you and Kazuyagi. That's your imagination, though. Poor Shinta.
いや違う。探検に連れ出されて俺だけ迷子になったり、木の上に隠れ家作るって連れ出されて俺だけ落っこちたりした気がする。
Nah, definitely not. We go out exploring and I be the one who get lost. Or we build a tree house and then I be the one to fall. You're totally imagining things, man. Kyoji taps him on the shoulder before going to his seat. Hey, forget all that. How the hell did you two manage to fall down a well? Shinta sits down on the seat in front of Kyoji, straddling the backrest and cocks his head curiously. Kyoji shrugs. Yuka pulled a fast one on us. What? Akane saw Yuka go down the well, got worried, and went after her. But that little brat got out of the well first and closed the lid on us. Huh? Huh? I mean, you could, say a bit more details, you know? Like, this is kind of... It doesn't make that much sense. Like, just say there was a ladder which Yuka went down the well. Akane was scared that Yuka might hurt herself, so you both went down the ladder. Turns out Yuka was a little shit and decided to close you there because she wants to get rid of Akane because she's jealous. At least that, if you're not going to go for, like, explaining that Gore exists. Although, why the fuck aren't they saying that Gore exists? Like, if they told people that Gore exists, are they aware that the police could get involved? Like, I know in these games it's mostly like, oh, police don't do anything and they would just laugh. But still, saying that, like, you could just say, instead of being like, oh, there's Gore with a tentacle up his, like, you know, up his skirt. Instead, you could say a very large man with a mask who seems like he could be the murderer is on the run. And he's with this little girl. That would be quite believable, and yeah, you could have the culprit and the police could search for him. Just say it's a large man in a mask that tried to trap you down the well. Genuinely, it's frustrating. Shinta looked shocked. No. Wait, you're not saying, like, she didn't realize you were down there, right? No way, we talked down there. When she closed the lid on us, she was laughing down on us. Whoa, that's terrible. It's a real surprise to Shinta. He looks aghast. Don't judge people by their looks, sweetheart. People keep thinking like because when I don't wear makeup and I just dress casually, people think I'm like a drug addict or a heavy alcoholic. Like, they think a lot of stuff about me, which I am not. I'm quite literally the opposite. Like, I can't even drink because I have an allergy towards alcohol, and it just burns. Like, it's actually painful if I drink alcohol, so I just don't drink it. I don't smoke because my whole family fucking smoked, and I already got asthma thanks to them, and I get migraines thanks to smoke, so I don't smoke. And like, I don't even party, and drugs, I just think it would make my health worse if I took drugs, so I'm just like, bro, I'm just trying to survive here. So please just don't judge people based on how they look. I look this bad because I'm sick, not because I take drugs. That's crazy. I never imagined a girl as cute as her could be so nasty. I wouldn't just call her nasty. From this point of view, Yuka is far beyond merely nasty and well into the realm of a bizarre and inexplicable.
でもさ、無事でよかったな、教授。どうやって助かったんだ?
But really, I'm glad you're alright, Kyoji. How did you get out? Turns out, the bottom of the well was connected to a bomb shelter in the next town over. He's cutting out a lot of details, but he isn't lying. The truth is too complicated for him to tell Shinta everything. He wouldn't even know where to stop, but you could... You could call Shinta to, you know, go play with you somewhere, or like come to your house, or you could go to his house and explain the whole story.
すげえな、それ。なんか大冒険って感じだ。
Wow, that's cool. Kinda sounds like you went on an adventure down there. Shinta whispers. He seems impressed from the way his eyes are sparkling, but Kyoji just shrugs slightly. It wasn't exactly fun.
それもそっか。和ヤギ怪我したって？今日は来ないのかな?
Yeah, figures. I heard Kazuyagi got hurt. Guess she won't be coming to school today. But why let the girl rest? She should really rest at least a day or two. Like, I would give her a week of rest. She should not be coming to school this soon. This game is so fast-paced. It's hurting me. Apparently, Kazuyaki-san will be here for afternoon classes. That's what her mom said. Oh, Misono-san. What? Did you see Akane's mom? Oh! Didn't I tell you? I live next door to Kazuyagi-san. Wow, that means you're not far from my place. How about that? I guess it does. Kika chuckles for some reason. That made me be a little suspicious. Was Kika watching us? Is Kika a little freaky? True to what Kika said, Akane shows up during lunch break. But why? Just rest, please. Akane! They said you were missing? Oh jeez, my mom really made a fuss about it. We didn't go missing, we just got stuck at the bottom of a well. Wait, what? The girls form a circle around Akane, giggling and laughing. Kyoji's gaze briefly meets Akane's, but she looks away immediately. Shinta, who's vacuuming up the contents of his bento opposite Kyoji, curiously looks from him to Akane. What, had another fight? It's not that. But it's true that Akane is acting strange. Why wouldn't she be acting strange? Bro, you literally got trapped down there and a little child with a huge whatever the fuck Gore is molested her and made it very clear they were there to kill her. Why would she be okay with that? Why would she be okay after that in general, ever? If I had, like, a masked man who has a tentacle between his legs fondle me and tell me I'm not delicious enough and that's why he wants to trap me in a well, I would never go back to school. I would never go outside anymore. I would just tell my parents what's going on and tell them we need to move the fuck out. I would just not go to school anymore. Ever. Ever go outside. It must still be bothering her. Of course it is! She's literally targeted by a man-eating monster who told her she's going to die. Of course she's bothered by it. Let's have us a little taste. Just yesterday, the two of them were forced, repeatedly, to relive that incident 3 years ago. When Sadashima did it, Akane could act like nothing was wrong, but then Gore had to pull his little stunt too. Speaking of Gore, how did he know about it? Yeah, that's a good question. Sadashima probably learned about it from one of Kyoji's old classmates. Akane did say it was a pretty well-known incident, so it wouldn't be odd for Sadashima to hear of it. There's no way he would have been one of those children who did that to them, right? Speaking of, where's Sadashima and his goons?
繊細なお心が傷ついたんじゃねえの。さすがの貞島君たちも昨日のはやりすぎだもん。
Maybe he got his tender little feelings hurt. They went too far yesterday, even by the standards.
クラス中の反感買ったのくらい、あの鳥頭でも理解できただろうし。束にならないと書かれないのは情けないけどさ、あっちもそれは同じだしな。
I heard like a door creaking. Hello? This flat is haunted, I swear to fucking god. Even a bird brain like him probably realized he turned the whole class against him. It feels bad to admit we all have to gang up to opposite him, but I guess you could say the same thing about them. To oppose. Shinta is uncharacteristically severe. By the way, is your arm okay after they twisted it like that yesterday?
あのくらいどうってことないよ。今まで怖がってたのがバカみたいだ。
What? That? It was nothing. I actually feel stupid for being so scared of them.
ってゆうべ話したら、今頃わかったのかって言われたけどさ、母ちゃんに。
And when I said that to my mom last night, she asked me why it took me so long to figure it out. Huh. Shinta does look a little proud of himself though. It was all worth it in the end.
でさ、睡魔あったら佐藤先生にね。
And then the Sandman told Sato Sensei. Claire's telling something to the other girls. Kyoji can't hear what it is, but it makes them all giggle. In the end, he ended up not saying a word to Akane until after school. They've been going home together every day, but he's not sure if he should wait for her club activities to end this time. With all the weird stuff going on, he doesn't feel safe letting her walk home alone. As he listens to the Sandman's sleep-inducing voice drone in his ears during the day's last homeroom session, he finds himself at a loss for what to do. Thankfully, he's got nothing to worry about.
教授、一緒に帰ろう。
Kyoji, let's go home. He nods, acting like nothing's wrong. I don't mind, but what about your club?
今日は休む。
I'm taking the day off. She did sprain the ankle the other day, so maybe she needs to let her rest for a while. Of course. Akane's expression still looks a little stiff, but Kyoji's relieved that she's at least talking to him. They both head home, actively trying not to look in the direction of the trail leading up to the Nishimori shrine. By the time they reach the downtown area, the cool atmosphere between them seems to have warmed a bit. Feels like going straight home would be a waste, so Kyoji invites Akane to Black Sheep's and she takes him up on it. Wasn't Black Sheep's like in a different town or village? Like they had to travel to go there, right? They talk about this and that for a while until Akane hesitantly parts her lips.
あのさ、教授。
Kyoji? I love how they're using the same CG as before, so the cursed fucking abomination of a food is still there. She averts her gaze, focusing on stirring her yogurt and jam with her long
昨日
spoon.
のことなんだけど。
About yesterday. Yeah? She's probably torn between wanting to talk about it and her fear of bringing it up. She seems scared to even mention it.
あの、教授はさ、あれってどう思う？
What do you think about, you know... Despite her vague wording, the way her expression darkens tells Kyoji what she's trying to say straight away. You mean, what happened yesterday? Of course. She raises her head as if she's finally made up her mind about something.
妙なことばっかりだったよね。いきなりあのゴアってやつが出てきたり、急に消えたり、それになんかタコの足みたいなのが出てきたりして。
Her voice sounds different now. It genuinely sounds different. It was also strange that Gore guy popped out of nowhere and then vanished, and then there was that squid tentacle that came out of him. She shows off, trying to hide her discomfort with a smile. Akane.
教授、私考えたんだけど、あれって催眠術みたいなものだったんじゃないかな。
I was thinking, Kyoji, maybe all of this was like hypnosis or
き
something.
っとさ、暗かったから消えたような気がしたんだよ。
And I'm sure it only looked like he disappeared because of how dark it was. Akane. I know you're supposed to be the stupid character, but like, this is pushing it a little. You're just delusional.
それにあのゴアって人、マジシャンみたいな格好してたし、もしかして結構有名なマジシャンだったりして。
Babe, I know the trauma is hard, but like, there's just no way around this. And that Gore guy was dressed like a magician. Maybe he's actually some kind of famous performer.
ちょっと悪趣味だったけど。
Even if it was all in bad taste. Akane says all of this in rapid succession before scooping up a spoonful of yogurt, seemingly satisfied. No. Was it really hypnosis though? No. Certainly, common sense would suggest that what happened couldn't have been real. People can't just pop in and out of places, not to mention the tentacle thing, and how they vanished into thin air. But Kyoji can feel alarm bells going off inside his head. They could just casually write all of it off like that, but should they? No. He doesn't know why Yuka and Gore did this to them in the first place, and how can they know they won't do anything to endanger Kyoji and Akane again? Assuming it was all hypnosis might only cause them to overlook something important. Kyoji doesn't have a good reason to assume this, but even if it's just his intuition speaking, he feels like he shouldn't ignore it. And yet, maybe it would be best for Akane to forget all about this. Maybe chalking it up all to hypnosis would put her at ease. Under the circumstances, it's enough for me to worry about this. Yeah, hypnosis sounds like it could make sense. No, it doesn't. Kyoji manages a thin smile.
そうだよね。そうとしか思えないよね。
Right? I don't know what else it could be. Yeah, still, who knows what goes on in their heads? We should stay far away from those two.
そうだね。その方がいいよね。
Yeah, that would be for the best. Akane says this with a smile that looks just as forced as his. It really shouldn't. I love how in the drawing the rain is going sideways, but they animated the rain to go downwards. So it's like double layering of what? Telling each other they do this and this again, they leave the cafe. After just a short while, a downpour starts. Koji did get the feeling it was getting cloudy before they went in, but he didn't think it would actually start raining. Just a quick shower. It'll be over in no time. That's what they think, but they are wrong. With a sprain, Akane can't run at all. She asks him to leave her and go home, but naturally, Kyoji refuses. The rain doesn't stop. In fact, it's shaping up to be a veritable deluge. The closest convenience store where they can buy an umbrella is next to Kyoji's house. At that point, they might as well not buy one at all. Akane, come to my place. I'll lend you an umbrella. Don't they live next to each other? Why would she need to come to his place? He announces, coming through the door. Yamiko replies at once.
おかえり。きょうちゃん濡れたでしょ。
Welcome home. You must be wet, Kyo-chan. He hears the hurried patter of feet. A moment later, Yamiko appears with a towel in hand.
あら、あかねちゃん。 ちゃってかわいそうに。
Oh, Akane-chan, you're soaked, you poor thing. Wow, brutal. For Kyoji's very eyes, she hands the towel she prepared for him to Akane instead. Yeah, eat shit, Kyoji.
きょうちゃんの分もすぐに持ってくるから、ちょっとくらい我慢なさい。
I'll get you one in a second, just hold on. Sure. Watching Kyoji and Yamiko's exchange, Akane smiles in amusement.
ねえ、やみこお姉ちゃん、傘借りていってもいい？
Say, Yamiko-ne-chan, can I borrow an umbrella?
いいけど、あかねちゃん、お風呂入っていきなさいよ。その間に制服乾かしておいてあげるわ。
I don't mind, but Akane-chan, you should take a hot shower first. We'll dry your clothes while you're in there.
あ、でも、
Yeah.
すぐだし。
But my house is right around the corner.
そのすぐってのが命取り。風邪ひいちゃうんだから。
Corners can be fatal. You don't want to catch a cold, do you?
でも、
Why couldn't she have just gone home instead of having to go to Kyoji's house, dry herself, and then go out in the rain again? What's the fucking point? Akane sneaks a glance at Kyoji, who says grouchily, I'm not gonna peek at you.
誰もそんなこと言ってないでしょ？
I didn't say that. It was written all over your face. Now, hit the shower. Even if made it home, it would take a long time to heat the water for that bath, right? Your house didn't even have a shower last time I was there.
今もそう。
It still doesn't.
じゃ、やっぱ行ってらっしゃい。
All the more reason. Now off you go. With Emiko pretty much pushing her every step of the way, Akane disappears into the bathroom.
あ、きょうちゃんも、あかねちゃんの後にちゃんと入るのよ。
Ah, Kyo-chan, once Akane-chan's finished, you go take a shower too. Understood? Yeah.
では一回。
Spare me the double yeah. You mean just one yes. For the time being, he returns to his room and puts his bag away. He changes out of his uniform, steps out to the corridor just as Yamiko comes out of the bathroom. She's probably going to fetch some dry clothes for Akane. She doesn't notice Kyoji as she goes into her bedroom. By the time Kyoji heads to the living room, he runs into Yamiko once again just as she's coming out of her bedroom again, clothes in hand.
あら、きょうちゃん、覗いてない？
Oh, Kyo-chan, you didn't peek, did you? Of course I didn't.
ならいいんだけど。
Good. Then... Yamiko walks into the bathroom with Akane's fresh clothes. He can hear them talking inside.
着替え、ここに置くわね。
I'll leave your clothes right here.
ありがとう、やみこお姉ちゃん。
Okay, thanks,
と
Yamiko-ne-chan.
ころで、あかねちゃんさ、彼氏ができたら一緒にお風呂に入りたい方。
What the fuck, Yamiko? By the way, Akane-chan, if you get a boyfriend, are you the kind of person to take a bath with him?
やだ、やみこお姉ちゃん、何言ってんのよ。
What are you saying, Yamiko-ne-chan? Kyoji slumps his shoulders upon hearing that. What kind of question is that? Yeah, what the fuck?
忠告しておくけど、一緒にお風呂に入るのだけはやめといた方がいいわよ。
Let me warn you, if you're thinking of sharing the bath with her, you should give up on that
あ
idea.
れはね、そんないいものじゃないんだから。
It's not half as fun as you think. What the heck? So, Yamiko has some experience. She said something to that effect before, but why is she so fixated on it? She must have had a real bad experience to plan that idea in her head. I mean, probably taking a bath with someone is not as relaxing as if you would take a bath on your own. I've only ever taken like a shower with somebody, and it was okay, but like I didn't want to. When I was a child, I did take showers with people, and we would mostly just be in like, after we went to, you know, be in the swimming pool or play outside, we would just like either strip into just our swimwear or our underwear and just wash ourselves together. But yeah, like that's a bit different from a bath. A bath you have to like lay in there, and yeah, that might not be as pleasant. I don't like laying in baths in general, so for me it would probably not be as pleasant. I wouldn't give it a wash myself, but like maybe lay there and just talk to the person would actually be kind of nice. I guess it depends on like how close you are to the person. Yeah, sure. Kyoji glances at the window. The rain only seems to be getting worse. The raindrops blow out the window pane, distorting the image of the house next door. Just what is that guy doing out there in this rain? The thought suddenly crosses his mind. Uh-oh! Outside, under the pelting rain, a man in a coat walks along the road. Wait, is he Yoshiki? His leather coat, weighty enough as it is, now hangs wet and even heavier upon his shoulders. The rain only intensifies. Despite the shower beginning over an hour ago, he has no intention of seeking shelter or even using an umbrella. His drenched hair hangs over his face. Water droplets roll down the nape of his neck, down his back, and vanish somewhere in the coat. Slender slacks cling to his legs. It looks strikingly cold. That, if it is Yoshiki, it's kind of hot in a weird way. No, if he's this wet, the cold droplets are the least of his troubles. He's so indifferent to the bad weather, he doesn't even take off his sunglasses. Oh, it is Yoshiki. I kind of like when you're so gone you don't care. I kind of like that. A kindly lady passing by notices Yoshiki and is about to call out to him. When she sees the look in his eyes behind his sunglasses, the woman immediately retracts her extended head and hurries away. They're fixed on something that's not really there, as if he were possessed. Tim, the kind woman that tried to call out to him, the pelting rain, his hometown, shrouded in mist, the nostalgic sights of the streets, and the rippling puddles on the sidewalk. Of this is bereft of any meaning. He simply walks while looking intently ahead, his eyes fixed on what's waiting at the end of the one-way street. Did he find Yuka? She's here. Faint whisper, his lips curl up like into a slight smirk. A shadow approaches from across the road. At first it isn't even as much as a silhouette, too faint to make out, but its contours gradually grow more visible as it reveals itself. That silhouette seems to be of a little girl. She walks along the road, relishing the splashing water with each skipping step she takes. Much like Yoshiki, she doesn't seem at all bothered by such intense rain, but the reason of her indifference is nothing like his. His stems from earnest determination taking to a fault, hers from innocence. Yoshiki calmly stops in his tracks. The figure coming from the other side of the road stops when it seems to notice Yoshiki in turn. A cold, sharp tension hangs between them. I think it's good to end here because I think it might go on for quite a bit. So, thank you for watching. I will keep on continuing playing this game, but that's for another video. So, bye bye!